Hi there, I'm Jo, and this is my vlog. I started this blog at the end of March, early April, as a way to just keep the parents, both sides of the parents, in the loop of what was going on with lockdown happening. No one was able to visit each other anymore, and I have to say I've enjoyed learning how to edit. It's a way of getting my creative side out, and although there's a lot of temper tantrums in between, it actually is fun, and when I do get one out I feel a sense of accomplishment, so it's been a good thing. So I'm going to get into it. I have a little list here of things just to keep me on track, because we all know that I have a really bad tendency to go off on tangents. So if you see me glancing down, it's just because I've lost my train of thought and I need to get back on track. So I'm going to get into the beginning of July, and we didn't really do a lot the first 2 weeks because, one, very stormy weather, and every weekend it was just so stormy we just weren't able to get out anyway. But two, Rob's car had a few issues and it took almost 2 weeks to get his car back. So of course something that probably should have been a simple job ended up being a little bit more than it needed to be, but that's okay. In the meantime, we had the chooks are now allowed out, and they are fully free-ranging and absolutely loving it, although I've kept them locked up this morning because they've been making a little bit of a mess in my my walkway at the front door. So we might just be stopping that and having maybe just a few hours at the end of the day just to let them get into the garden, have a sand bath and get rid of our bugs. They are also amazing excavators. They turn soil over like nobody's business, and yeah, you can't say no to free garden help, can you? The turnips. I know I keep going on about these turnips, but I was really excited that they started to grow. I just pulled it out of the worm farm last winter, about this time last year actually. And it had grown some sprouts. I thought, oh, I'll give it a go. It might be like a carrot. It didn't actually grow into a turnip that could be eaten, but it was massive. I've never seen anything like it. The actual base, easily that big, and it was so tall. And the seeds that came out, there was just thousands of seeds. So we just shook it around in one of our beds that we knew was going to be empty, and they grew really well, and we've been having lots of soups, so that's great. I don't really know what else to do with turnips, although I just saw on a YouTube video this morning that you could use it to make a relish. So yeah, I might give that a go. Always up for something different. But yeah, other than that, it's been cold, really cold. The mornings have been icy. I think we've had more mornings down in the 0 degrees, than I can remember, to be honest. And the cars have been covered in ice, and the lawn, just when you walk on it, it crunches because it's so frozen. And the soil, it turns white when it goes frozen. It's really quite interesting to see. So that has been something different that I've not really ever noticed in great abundance before. So yeah, that was the first couple of weeks. So I'll let you see a couple of little pictures, and I'll get back to you in a minute. Enjoy your cuppa. Even the soil is frozen. We also have this blue light on our headlamp. It's so fashionable. Everyone has them these days. But the chooks can't see the blue light, so as far as they're concerned, it's still dark. And I had fun one night when I was running late getting out there, and it was really cool. Like the whites looked really pink, and everything was so vivid. So yeah, have a look.
Close your eyes, sleepy paws, then clear your mind. Let's drift away and see what we can find. Say hello to Sleepy Paws, a very tired koala. He lives high up in a treehouse by a dreamy marshy harbor.
Cute, hey? So yes, we finally got out on the boat. It was so cold though. I don't actually remember ever being so cold out on a boat. And Rob hooked up a stingray. Wow, hey, did you see the boat start to tilt? Yeah, that was a little bit, I held my breath with that one. But it took ages to get get it up as close as the boat as we could and cut the line. Don't worry, the hook does fall out after a few days. It rusts and falls out. So, and there wasn't really enough line to worry about. So it had no chance of getting tangled in anything. Yeah, and he caught a jewfish. Yay! Oh, how devastating. The jewfish was only that much. Yeah, it was less than half a centimetre too small. But, you know, if we want to be able to fish for the future, we have to be proactive. And you know what? I'm not starving, so it's not that big a deal. Yeah, so the next thing that happened was pretty cool. I was holding Rob's rod for him while he was juggling around with the other two, and all of a sudden I thought, oh, there's something on this, and he just left me to it. Cool.
If the drag starts going, just hang there.
I caught a snapper by accident. Holy cow, that was cool. It really was. I didn't even think there was anything big on it. I just knew it was heavy, which I know makes no sense, but I'm like, it's not that big, it's just heavy. Yeah, but that was my very first pink snapper, so, and it was a legal size, so we got to keep it, and it was yummy. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm about as coordinated with a fishing rod as a gazelle is on ice. But that's okay, because it was a suicidal fish and we got it in. After that, I caught a shovel nose shark, which, you know, it's not really a shark, it's more like a stingray. And that was fun. That was actually more fun to pull up than the snapper, actually, because it took a little bit longer and had to fight a little bit harder. But yeah, it was fun, and now I'm hooked. Pardon the pun. With Mr. A home from work, we decided to have a pizza night. He wanted to cook the pizzas, so he made them, and ooh, they were nice.
What do you reckon, Ash? It's looking pretty good, especially in that middle. Yeah, it's definitely done.
Okay, excuse the noise. There is a plane out there. It's just one of those little light aircrafts, those little weird ones that you literally just sit in a frame and that's it. I don't know what you call them. There's a lot around here. They're a weekend thing. Anyway, I digress again. So we're up to the last week of July, and I managed to get away for just a day or two and visit with some of my family members, and it was great. I got to have lots of hugs with my nieces and nephews, and I also got to have some squishy hugs with my amazingly gorgeous great nephew. So very first great nephew for great anything of mine, so it was very exciting, and it was beautiful to visit my niece and say hello and see her as a mum. I also got to see my mum and dad, and I actually have not had a proper visit with them since I think around about my birthday last year. So yeah, a good 7-8 months since I have seen them properly, other than a quick drop some seeds off. Like the week before lockdown, I had some seedlings and I just dropped some seedlings off at their front door, said hi bye. So it was really nice to see them and spend a little time with them in person and actually hug them, which, you know, that's always a good thing. The last day I was leaving one of my sister's place, and as I was getting in the car, a flock of rosellas flew in front of another car driving, and 2 rosella birds were hit. One, I actually thought it was dead, and the second one, it was stunned and sort of sitting on the side of the road. But as I went to pick that one up, the other one fluttered a bit, so I grabbed that one as well and took them into my sister's and did a little bit of Reiki on them, kept them in a box with a towel over top, and kind of left to go have more squishy hugs with my niece and her baby. And next thing, I got a text with a video showing the first one that was just stunned flying off. So I was really happy, because, you know, shock is not good for birds at the best of times. And to be honest, I thought both would actually not make it. The second one was still not really looking good. So I dropped back over there and did a little bit more Reiki, thinking, well, at least, you know, it'll help pass it on. Pretty much fully expecting, you know, the next time she looked at in the box, there would be a little burial happening. But sure enough, a couple of hours later, she sent me a text to say that bird had flown away. So it didn't make sense, because I swear it was not going to make it. So you know, for those people that aren't really a fan of Reiki or don't really understand it, it definitely has its place. If nothing else, it helps calm things down and allow the healing to continue. And yeah, that was great. So after I left the second time with my sisters, I was kind of feeling a little bit amped up. So I thought I'd go down to the river, where we pretty much grew up in that whole area. Well, we did grow up in that area and spent many summers down by the river, and always getting up to some sort of mischief. So I went down just to have a look around, and I was blessed with a visit from a couple of the locals. So that is pretty much July 2020 in a nutshell for Capel. And this morning I was actually blessed with an empty house for a couple of hours. Before I put this off, hopefully I'll have one more surprise to show you. I'm not sure, it depends if they get home in time. But it was lovely to chat with you. I hope you enjoyed your coffee. I'm pretty sure mine's gone cold, as it always does. So if you liked my video, please think about clicking on that little like button. It's a little thumb, and you just click on it, and it just sends a little notification to me to let me know that somebody liked my video. If you want to leave any messages, ask any questions, there is a comment section that you can leave comments and questions in. Please feel free to do that. I will contact you and answer anything that you want to ask. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, yay, I got it. Please hit the subscribe button and click on the tiny little dingy bell, and you will be notified whenever a new video comes out, so you never have to worry about missing one. I'm going to leave you with just a couple of little happy snaps and maybe a surprise at the end. Otherwise, that might be another day. Bye! If you haven't already subscribed to my if you haven't already subscribed, I can't say that word. If you haven't already subscribed to my video, oh my gosh, no! Go next to your car.